right. Our first semi-final match of the evening. Hope you guys are ready for this, because I know we are.
Yep, for sure, man. It is going to be the default starting map for the semifinals, Star Station. To be honest with you guys, I didn't really think about the maps. I just said, well, I'm going to pick this map for the default round of 8. I'm going to pick this one for the semifinals, and then I'm going to pick this one for the grand finals.
Yeah, absolutely. We certainly contemplated using some of the Wings of Liberty maps, but that being said, for us, this tournament is all about the players displaying new styles of play.
For sure.
And not only that, the maps also contribute to that new style of play, because the players are figuring out how to abuse different terrain locations on these maps. They're figuring out which build orders are more powerful on which maps. So we just wanted to go with the new Heart of the Swarm maps and see how everything plays out.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, let's go ahead and do the intros and get that out of the way. Down in the bottom left-hand corner of Star Station, we have the man, one of the up-and-coming rising stars in the StarCraft 2 community, defeated Suppy in the round of 8. It is the pink Terran player, Quantix Illusion.
Quantic Illusion.
Oh, do you want to do the...
No.
That'd be awesome, man.
Keep
All right,
it going,
here we go. In the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the red Protoss player, the granddaddy toss of them all. It is...
TT Esports WhiteRa.
Oh, that was great, man. we pulled it off. All right.
I know, my Korean accent's amazing.
All right, man. So your thoughts here, man. PVT and huge map, man. This map is massive.
Yeah, it really is quite the large map, and it looks like, let's see how many probes WhiteRa is going to queue up here, because Nexus first is certainly a possibility on this map. Looks like he is going up to 14 right now. Yes, we will be seeing a 15 Nexus out of WhiteRa here, so going with a very economic opening here. And on Illusion's side of things, we do have a 12 racks into 13 gas here, so that is gonna give him the potential for some serious harass. Now, if he goes for a Reaper right off the bat, he might be able to get in there and do some serious damage, because it's going to be quite some time before WhiteRa has that Cybo core down and is able to get a Stalker out.
Yeah, that's a great point, because Reapers pretty much own everything until a Stalker comes. And don't forget, in Heart of the Swarm, Reapers now are outfitted with more drugs. You know, combat drugs. So when they get out of combat, it's like they have the whole HP pool is like a Protoss shield now. That's the way I want to think about it.
It actually regens quite quickly.
Okay, so yeah.
It's like a little mini medevac heal.
Yeah, you get out of combat and then it fully heals you up to max HP. So that's really nice, because you can get in there, poke in, scout, you take some damage, you pull away, and you regenerate outside of combat zone, and then you can hop back in there. But he isn't adding a tech lab.
No, he's going straight for a factory here. So potentially for a quick Banshee, potentially for quick Warhounds.
Ooh.
And, you know, I've been playing a ton of Heart of the Swarm beta, and I do love me some Warhounds.
Oh, they're so good, man.
Especially in the early game. They just allow you so much potential for map dominance. You know, they can easily take control of the Zelnaga towers over speedless Zerglings, Roaches, Stalkers, Zealots. There's virtually no way for your opponent to maintain map control if you get a few Warhounds
And
out.
just a few days ago, before Blizzard nerfed the Warhound and the Swarmhouse, the Warhound actually had an attack speed of 1.3. That was super ridiculous, and if you remember watching, streams of Thorzane playing, he would be going around the map and playing on stream, just doing mass Warhound every single game, and it actually was really, really successful for him. So Blizzard then said, Thorzane, you're too buff, so we're going to nerf Warhounds, and Cats, you're too good with Swarmhosts, so we're going to nerf Swarmhosts.
Absolutely, and actually went with a Reactored Hellion opener here, so quite an interesting opening. And look at this from WhiteRa. This is something we have not seen yet. Very early Mothership Core. He actually elected not to use the Mothership Core in one of his games.
In all of his games, actually.
Yeah.
He got them really late in the round of 8.
Yeah, no, he didn't even get it one game altogether.
Yeah.
And I asked him about it in the interview, and he basically just said, you know, needed resources. Mothership Core, not good unit. That's basically what he said to me.
I mean, like, a lot of people right now would feel like that's the case. Mothership Core isn't, like, that worth in the beginning, but we do have some Hellions running, and the probes are stacked up, and a few probes going down there.
Yeah, nice bit of harass there for Illusion. Kills 5 probes for free.
Yeah.
Doesn't lose a single Hellion. So, I would say already the opener has essentially paid for itself. Those Battle Hellions giving him a fair bit of map control. He knows exactly what WhiteRa is up to, and ooh, it looks like we are going to see that Wings of Liberty style Marine and Hellion drop here. Is he going to drop in the main, taking 3 Hellions?
He took 3, not 4. Interesting.
Well, you know, 3 Hellions do one-shot probes.
Okay.
So the 4th Hellion can be a little bit redundant, and that's just an extra Hellion that you could potentially lose. So, you know, I'm not too upset about that decision from him.
One thing I really want to point out here is WhiteRa didn't go for just a quick robo off of 1 gate. He actually made 3 gates, and so that means he's going to have 3 cycles here to warp in Stalkers or whatever units he needs to deal with the Hellions. And there's a pylon in a great spot, too, so WhiteRa should be able to get some units to defend here, but
he's not reacting.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. He's going to lose 11 probes. Illusion getting in here and doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, oh, WhiteRa actually was scouting the front of Illusion's base with 2 Stalkers. Couldn't have been at a worse time for him.
Yeah.
He's totally out of position. These Hellions doing a lot of damage. 1 Zealot does get picked off right there. 11 probes have already been taken out, and you know, Illusion continues with these 1 base openers, man.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown down a command center yet.
He's, in Wings of Liberty, he is using like a very, very 1 base centric style, and
yeah.
Ooh, now mixing in the Warhound. So we're gonna see a Warhound, Hellion, Marauder, Stim timing push here.
At this point, I just want to ask you: do you think he's just gonna go with the 1 base build? Is he gonna throw a CC down at all? He's already got 2 racks as a starport in a factory.
I think he may throw down a CC at some point, but we're most definitely gonna see a 1 base timing push here out of Illusion. And what does WhiteRa really have to hold on here?
He has a mothership core, man. Hey, it's not a bad unit. It's slow. I'll give you
Yay!
In the words of WhiteRa, what did he say again? He said,
it's not that great of a defensive unit either. I mean, it's very fragile.
Yeah.
It's very slow.
Well, the key here is, like, when it purifies, it becomes a really powerful photon cannon.
Essentially, yeah.
But you have to keep units underneath it to protect it, because it can be picked off really easily. It only has 250 HP, so that's one thing that WhiteRa is really going to have to utilize very well here, and he's got a total of 5 gates, so we'll see what units he warps out. Zealots?
I don't know, man. This push from Illusion looks very, very menacing, especially at this stage in the game. He's going to use these Hellions to kite the Zealots. He's going to do as much damage as he possibly can. Probably switch them into Battle Hellion mode right before the initial push. There we go. Battle Hellion mode is engaged. This is a deadly push
Hellions
coming
are
out of
serious
Illusion
now.
here.
They're serious now. They're not playing around.
Mothership
The mothership
core
core is
goes
going to go
down.
down. And now it looks like the Battle Hellion's just going to do so much damage to these Zealots. WhiteRa trying to warp in emergency Stalkers, but the Warhound and the Marauders can crush that. And Illusion is, he's going to kill a ton of probes here, man. He's going to get the
Robo
bait,
goes
too.
down before the Chrono Boosted Immortal can make its way out onto the field, and oh my god, so much damage being done here. Stalkers being picked off left and right. WhiteRa trying to pull probes off the line to deal with this. He might actually be able to hold it off, but how much damage is he going to sustain? He has lost 25 workers thus far, but keep in mind, no second command center from Illusion. WhiteRa is going to make the hold here.
Yeah, he's going to... Oh, the Warhound micros away at the last second, and the medevac goes down, and now the last Warhound is going to go down. So WhiteRa manages to hold. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, he has 2 Nexus here. And the Terran player only has 1 base.
Yeah, but
so Illusion's gonna commit to this attack with a second wave, and if WhiteRa can hold this off, man, and not lose a lot of probes, he might be in a really good position.
I feel like round 2 here could be pretty devastating. He still has 3 Stalkers in his main that he hasn't remembered about. He needs those at the front right now. I hope he doesn't forget about those, because that is just so important for him to hold off this push. Those 3 Stalkers in the main still have not come around, and GG is called. And once again, Illusion just showcasing the power of these 1 base builds that he's creating in Heart of the Swarm. He likes to mix in those Marauders. He likes to mix in those Warhounds and supplement his bio with that extra DPS, the rocket salvos from the Warhounds, and just, really, he's just been dismantling his opponents.
I mean, typically in Wings of Liberty fashion, you have that kind of 1 base build, but you might have problems dealing with something like an Immortal or a lot of Stalkers, and that's where the Warhound really plays a huge role. Plus, the Hellions in Battle Hellion mode just wreck Zealots. They can actually stand toe-to-toe and you don't really even need to micro them against the Zealots to actually kill them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I'm trying to think of potential ways for WhiteRa to have held that off, but I mean, you certainly don't want to invest in something like too many cannons at your front, because obviously Illusion has the medevacs mixed in.
Yeah.
He can drop into the main.
Right.
You know, more sentries, for defensive force fields.
It's tough. It's tough to say. But WhiteRa, I'm sure will figure it out. He's a smart guy. And guys, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna have game 2 between Quantic, Illusion, and WhiteRa to find out who can go on to the grand finals. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen.
In the meantime, guys, get everything going in terms of promotion. Grab your friends, grab your kids, hide your wife. Get everybody on
Bring
here
your
on the
wife
stream.
too, man. Your wife.
Get everybody here.
It's another viewer.
We really, really want to promote these players. We want to promote this tournament.
Yeah.
And let's get that viewership up, and we will be back in just a second.